Hey, so today we're going to be basing some models. I have 10 Rough Riders, I have a Valkyrie base, I have 6 or 7 Ogryn, including a character, and then 3 more characters, and then if I get all these Shock Troop, Stormtrooper guys on bases, I'll base them as well. I'm going to bore you with all of this, basically. I don't know how many of you actually know how to base miniatures. I'm sure quite a few of you do. It's not really anything new or groundbreaking or anything. But I'll show you how I do it. And I use 2 different textures here. This is actually 3. This is like a small, this is from probably Woodland Scenics, and it's 2 different textures of rock. And then there's some larger junk in there too, but really what comes out tends to be the really fine stuff. Let me set this on macro so you can see. Okay. What tends to come out is the really fine stuff, and then just a little bit of the larger particles. And what I'm shooting for is stuff like this when it's done. Granted, this one of them. So what I'm going to do is set up the camera so we can basically see that area. We're going to turn the macro off, alright, and then I'm going to put some music on and we're going to sit down and just get to work. But what I'm going to need here is a little tray of some kind, and I'm surrounded by parts and pieces and opportunities. So I just happen to have a tray, and this is so I can control the larger pieces of rock here. I only want so much. And then when it comes to the dirt, I'll probably work directly out of the bag. Some of this is going to go on the Rough Riders, the Ogryn. Any of the larger models get larger texture. It keeps them interesting. And then I don't believe I have a paper towel, so I'll just kind of drive on if I need one. Actually, I do got some napkins over here, Maker's Mark collectible napkins that we ended up with somehow from somewhere or other. So I don't know. Lots of random thoughts when it comes to bases and flight stands and things. Do you guys like your flight stands clear, or do you like them painted like black, for instance, or shadow colors like a heavy gray or something to represent the shadow under the vehicle? Or what are your thoughts on that? Please tell me, because I'm trying to experiment with new and interesting looks for things. I found a miniature painting studio. I think they're out of Poland. I found them somewhere by accident, and the person, whoever it is that paint, their models are, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, their models are absolutely stunning. They remind me of really cool paintings, heavy metal covers. I mean, not like the electric, like the metallic robots, like the chrome robot women or anything, but they look very cool. So it's just something I'm going to try and shoot for, is more interesting models when I paint. So far, I mean, if I can get my works to do that, that'd be really cool. But so far, my Necrons are leading the way, if you will. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pile a couple of rocks on. Alright, let that sit for a minute, and then I'm going to put a little more Elmer's glue on, probably mixed down with some water. But so I don't mess this up horribly, let me get one more box to work with. Keep this, set this aside, set the brush aside, move the water into the tray, move the Arnold Palmer out of the way, the calculator, because I can't really do math very well. Set that here, put him in here. Alright, and we're just going to shake some of this dirt out. This box is brand new, so it should work nicely. I have a 40 mil base in here, a couple of them. And we're just going to pour it all over this thing. So, there's your miniature tutorial. Basically, that's it. Let's sit for 24 hours, rinse and repeat. And already not half bad. The lecture back on, especially around the seams of where the, and I say seam, but where the flight stand meets the base. But that's it. And I'm going to move these out of the way here and set this in this tray, because everything's going to end up in that tray right there. The cavalry probably won't be so bad, but I'll probably just work with the texture that I have now already in this box top. So there you go, sliding around. Now let me see. wraps it all up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you for watching. Put the macro on here. Alright, that wraps it up. Shake some of that off. I think I can just base that without taking the model off, just shooting down, because I'm going to do weathering around to make the horse's feet dirty. But I'll prime that black, paint the horses, and then go back and do all the detail, and then do the weathering, because I think I'm just using that Italian foliage or whatever gray color, so Italian sage foliage color, so that'll work out nicely. But they do look more interesting here. And then if I find some random skulls and some bits and stuff, I'll probably decorate the rest of the bases a little bit later, probably before they get painted. So, alright, and then as you can see, all the regular characters are all caught up too. So, and then the finale. And there you go. Too easy, right? Okay. Well, if I did it, you can do it. So, you guys rock on. I've got Land Raiders to build.